Alright, back for part 3. This time it's Blazamut Ryu, using the white gear from the tech tree, fresh caught pals, no condensing, no purchased or no farmed skill fruits or anything like that. So for Ryu, I went for 15 Palladius, and then I have 2 Palladius in the party to fight alongside with me. And then I have some Gildanes as well for phase 2 when it switches to electric. And the reason I didn't use Asher main is that there is not really a high level Asher main. You probably want to do this with an Asher main instead if you don't mind catching an Asher main and leveling it up and condensing it a little bit. Just getting it at rank 0 works fine. It gives you water element on your weapon damage, so you'll deal super effective damage. But since the point of this series was to not level and condense anything, I decided to just use Palladius as a party pal as well. And then the 15 Palladius in the base, the reason I went for that is because they learn Holy Burst by themselves. Absolute Frost is also not a bad skill. And then what you use for the last skill isn't super important. Having that like mobility one, I think it's called Spear Thrust or something. I keep forgetting the names of their exclusive skills. But the ones where they're rushing around, spreading out a bit is fine. It's mostly Holy Burst, dealing like 90% of the damage anyway. You will see one Palladius next to me just chilling. I am using the Pal Pod strategy in this raid, but it was definitely not necessary. You see I have 14 base pals going right now. 13 of them are fighting. One of them is a rescue Palladius, but really that wasn't necessary. You can just go for 15 Palladius and skip the beds. And here I'm trying to triple jump because I forgot to switch my boots on. So you want those triple jump boots to dodge those comet strikes, or you want to grapple away from them. But yeah, when you're level 60, using even white Hexalite gear, he's not super dangerous. So these Palladiuses are absolutely shredding him. I'm not even sure if player damage was super necessary. I have my 5 Gildanes. These are the alpha Gildanes that you can catch on Faybreak, level 58. And they convert your damage to ground, like Asher main would have done in phase 1. So they're pretty much a little bit higher level Anubis alternative. Also a little bit easier to condense. Since Anubis is just the alpha boss, you can just catch a couple of Gildanes and start condensing them instead. It has quite a high jump, as you saw there. So it's pretty good for dodging a lot of Ryu's skills, like Beam Slicer, Blast Cannon and stuff like that. You can see it is rescuing. Like it is going for it. It's a little bit slower than the rescue Ryu. But this wouldn't have been necessary at all. I thought the Palladius would be a lot weaker. You see there, Beam Slicer came out and killed a couple of them. So that having the option to have a rescue pal is quite nice. In case you get unlucky. There's a lot of luck involved, or bad luck involved with raid bosses, depending on how much your pals are spreading out. So again, 0 condensing or breeding. This is with the research. It was impossible to remove the research. So you have that 18% buff from research. But just catching 15 Palladius, a couple of Gildanes seem to work fine against Ryu. He is really weak to Holy Burst. Sending out some Gobfins to just put out those fires so my Hexalite beds don't burn down. And then just have your attack stat maxed. Use a stat reset potion as soon as you get to level 60. Attack stat is pretty much priority number 1. So for now, thanks for watching.